Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I make turtles.
It's now time for Big D Energy with four-time Stanley Cup champ Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Rule. Live on the Woodward Sports Network, 99.1 and 93.5 The Roar, the Woodward Sports app, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Let's talk some sports. It's Big D Energy.
Hey, yo, welcome back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Rule. That guy over there, EZ, riding shotgun here today. DMac won't be in. He'll be back tomorrow. Had some stuff he had to take care of, but we press on here. We got Sam Flannel in the building. He's in flannel. He's on brand. He's on budget. Where are we at, Sam Flannel?
I believe this is 38
38
days. Yes.
Because 39, 40. That is correct.
Yes.
So we are 38, day 38 of 365 consecutive days of flannel. We got Spencer Raxter in the house as well. Happy to have you all with us. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, jump in, tap in, as they say. Get your thoughts out there. Our social media handles are on the screen as well. But EZ, I'm flanked by heavyweights here today. I got EZ to the left of me. I got Spencer Raxter to the right of me. And what's going on, brother?
I feel like you know, you're a former heavyweight yourself. You should be comfortable, man.
No, I know how to act. I'll say it like that. I know how to act around the heavyweights. There is no doubt about that. Our YouTube chat thread, Detroit Daver says, "What up, though?" I'm happy to have you all with us today. Got a big time show lined up for you today. We had a guest really fall into our lap, and we're going to talk to Dave Beechnall, the Senior Vice President of the Detroit Sports Commission. They're having a big shindig downtown tomorrow at Campus Martius. It's the 2024 NFL Draft celebration. Roger Goodell, the commish, is rolling into town. They got a lot of festivities going on around there. And I've always wondered that, EZ, and I'm glad that we're going to have Dave on because I can ask him.
Yeah.
You don't just roll up and say, hey, you want the draft? Yeah, we'll have the draft. Okay, we're coming to town next week. We're going to have a thing about it. You know, like I would imagine there's a ton of work that goes on with all that stuff, so we can ask him about it.
No, I'm excited too because I feel like your city has to be legit. I guess it can't be like a slop fest. As we all know, Detroit's kind of climbed back from a bad place, and that means we're doing a pretty damn good job if they're bringing the NFL draft here, right? I mean,
no, and that's where it is too. Like with the Detroit Sports Commission. Mm-hmm. Since their creation, and they've flown below the radar, I think, for a lot of the time, but they are a big reason as to why a lot of this stuff happens. When you go back, All-Star games and Final Fours and Super Bowls and stuff like that, that's all happened here in Detroit within the last 2 decades. So, you know, it's been out there. It's been out there, and we'll talk with Dave and ask him the nuts and bolts of how do you get a draft? How do you beat out Green Bay and beat out Washington? Speaking of Washington, their owner in the news.
Sheesh.
I know, right? The Reds ownership isn't these owners, bro. I mean, come on. When is the NFL going to say enough with Dan Snyder? When?
It blows my mind. He must have Roger Goodell's nudes on hand. He's got them all. They're like the Justin Verlander ones too, where he's poking out the side.
Yeah. So we'll talk about ownership in sports as well. The Red Wings dropped another one. They are struggling coming down the stretch. Tigers fell to the Red Sox yesterday. They're going to hope to play the third and final game of that series this afternoon. We'll see how if the weather holds out, exactly how all that is going to go down, all that and more. But, you know, DMac had something pop up, couldn't be in, and EZ's cool enough to roll out and come in from the bullpen. And I want to hit you guys with this because I did it, Spencer. Last night, DMac is my friend. We've been friends for a very long time. And I told the story easy. I took the kids to Raw on Monday. I liked wrestling back in the day. I kind of got back into it because they got back into it. I want to support their passion, right?
Yeah.
I want to take an interest in what they have an interest
What'd
in.
you do, Neal Rule?
So DMac is my friend, and he always talks about his silly little show, Oak Island. Okay? The curse, what is it? The Curse of Oak Island. So last night, I tapped in. It's on Tuesday nights. The NBA play-in game was going on. I was keeping dibs on it. I watched a lot of it, the Nets and the Cavs. Had some prep going on for broadcast this week. But I did. I tapped in.
Who are you?
And, well, easy here. Here's the deal. Have you watched this Oak Island show?
No, I didn't even know it was a thing until you were giving DMac crap about it.
Okay, so you didn't know it was a thing. All right,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a thing either. Apparently, this show's been going on for 9 years, come to find out.
So it's got to be good.
For 9 years, you people, Darren McCarty, you people have been sitting here on Tuesday nights watching this show saying this is going to be the time. When is the joke on you guys? And we had a text thread going yesterday. We had a text thread going. DMac, Spencer Raxter. I got to jump Sam Flannel in these two. My bad, Sam Flannel. That's my bad. I got to get you in there. But I was taking some screenshots, and they brought in a metal detector expert, like this guy's going to find anything. They're bringing in, I got a guy up there holding up a piece of a chain from a that might have been on a treasure chest back in the day. It's up there looking like a piece of pretzel that he has. And people are telling me, they're going to find something. That's DMac's thing. What's the dumbest thing on television you watch? Because I watched an episode. I watched my very first episode of Oak Island, and I'm happy to report that to you guys. But I'm even more happy to report I've watched my last episode of Oak Island. I'm never going back. I'm not wasting any more time. And you guys have done this for 9 years? There's 9 seasons of this, EZ.
What is the show about?
There's supposed to be this treasure buried on this island, and this Jack goes out there spending all this money and try to dig up the treasure, right, Spencer?
Wait, I have no idea. They've been going after this same treasure for 9 seasons?
For 9 seasons, I guess.
And in a way, it's kind of like brilliant on the guy who's looking for the treasure, because like instead of wasting his own money just aimlessly looking for this treasure, he's made a reality TV series where he can sell like ad revenue and like make, you know what I'm saying? Like at least he's not going the hole for it. 9 years, other people are tuning into this thing. Like
I used to watch Finding Bigfoot. Just because that was hilarious.
Okay, you used to watch Finding Bigfoot.
And look, I caught some of this on social media yesterday when I put out my little video. Robert Colosi, our guy, says, Neal, to be fair, you need to start at the beginning. Also, it is the #1 rated reality show on television. Robert, that's not a condemnation on me. That's a condemnation on all of you that watch this show for 9 years. No, I don't need to start at the beginning. I watched an episode, and I'm never watching another episode ever again. I'm not going back to the beginning. I'm never watching it again, guys. That's it. Chuck says, Neal, there was a show on it in the 70s, and that even back then they said anytime now. And that's it. So I'm just curious, are there any shows, EZ, that you watch, that you watch regularly, even semi-regularly, where you sit down and watch it, then when it's over, you're like, why am I watching this show? But you continue to watch it.
I have something like more so in the past. There's one like recently, and just because I'm a father, and my son watches like this dinosaurs. It's Jurassic Park show on Netflix.
Okay.
It's kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna lie. But we're like season 2 now, and it's to the point where like, okay, you get every episode. They narrowly escape, a dinosaur and death, and then it's the same thing.
Yeah, but that's a kid. Kid shows don't count, EZ. There's something you watch. There's something you watch, and you go, why do I watch this?
Oh man, I hate admitting this. But my girl used to watch this thing on Netflix. I think it's called Love Is Blind or something like that. And I just constantly, every time she has it on, I'm like, what's this? What are they doing? I'm saying? I'm asking questions. And eventually, like, I did find myself sitting down alongside her and watching this reality TV Netflix show. Is it Love Is Blind, Spence? You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, you missed me on that.
You got a T-shirt.
No,
you were wearing it last Friday.
I love it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Get out of here.
No, that's the one. It's like they sit in these rooms. There's like a divider, and they just talk to each other. They don't get to see each other's face. And at the end, I think they pick which person they spoke to. They want to actually.
Did you catch yourself watching this?
Yeah, I did.
And you stayed watching it, right?
No, I stopped. I stopped towards the end after they found each
other.
How
many episodes you watch?
Dude, I don't know. Man.
A lot. Was it a lot? Yes, it was a lot. I'll answer for you. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was a lot. Jack Harrington on our YouTube chat, though. Remember, you can tap in, get your thoughts in there as well. Jack says, the dumbest thing on TV I've ever seen is Survivor. Survivor's getting a lot of slander in here. Fatal Gator says, all these shows are fake, LOL. Chuck says, I'm totally backing Neal on this one. And 9 years, guys. Hey, they're never going to find anything. Let me spoil this one for you. And have any of you really spent 9 years? When DMac comes back, have you really spent 9 years watching this show?
Keeping up with the story.
Neal, what's yours? You have one.
Oak Island. I watched one episode of Oak Island. It was too much.
There's none that you watched more than one episode?
No, not.
Well, back in the day. Went back in the day a little bit.
No, because I've never really been a show watch. There's like 6 shows I've ever watched them. Family Guy, The Simpsons, like everybody else. Everybody likes that show.
Sure.
Ozark. I'm a big Ozark's guy.
Fire.
I picked that one up during the pandemic.
Yep.
Breaking Bad. I was late to the party.
That one, yeah.
But that was my first one I did during the pandemic. So I did like Breaking Bad. Sopranos was fire.
Watching it right now for like the 4th time.
Yeah, Sopranos was awesome. Love Sopranos and Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Those are my shows that I watch, that I have watched all the way through. Other than that, I just watch sports all the time. I know it's a sad existence, but it is what it is.
No, I'm the same for the most part. I'm pretty much the same. There's any time I didn't have control of TV, that was what was on. I ended up sitting down, catching a couple episodes.
I'm a big show guy. I watch a lot of different shows, a lot of different genres, big anime guy, a lot of different things. And my guilty
Did you say big anime guy?
Big anime guy. Oh, yeah, big time.
That's kind of creepy, bro.
Hey.
Real talk.
I'm all about it. Anime, manga, I read all the comics. I watch it all. I love it. No shame.
Jack Carrington. Neal, do you watch South Park? I did watch South Park back in the day. I don't watch it very much anymore. Harley Fife. I always thought The Bachelor was a stupid show. And, Survivor, Bachelor's getting a lot of... But, I do have to give them some kind of credit because they stay relevant, like on a national network, and it seems to be appointment viewing for some people. I don't hate the hustle. You know me, dude. I've been consistent with this. Yeah. I don't hate people's hustle.
Yeah, that's why I say with the Oak Island, like, dude, actually, like that guy selling his goal of finding this treasure to a network television for 9 years, I can't hate that hustle. I
don't either. But I can separate those.
No, yeah.
I don't blame the guy. I blame the people. I blame you people for watching. And when it comes to Oak Island, it becomes you people.
Yeah, they're the same people who believe in Jared Goff, probably.
That's another topic for another show, probably sometime in the summer when there's not a lot going on. But yeah, it's Craig Taylor. Wait, we've been watching the Lions for 50 plus years. Fair.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Lions football. That is the episode that I watch too much of, and I guess maybe there are some parallels, and that's a great point, Craig. I didn't even think about it that way. And I've always explained it this way because my sons, my sons are 12 and 14, and I would say probably about 4 years ago I got hit with the question, Dad, why do you watch the Lions when they lose all the time? Like my youngest son,
did you slap him? Did you backhand him?
No, because here's the deal, right? Like Spencer, you're picking this up about me.
Okay.
I'm the first one that can look in the mirror and say, are they right?
Oh, yeah.
Is what they're saying about you right?
Yeah.
Be real self-critical. Is it right? And so when my son asked me that, I thought, is he right?
Is he right?
And then I kind of reconstruct everything, and we talk about winning one playoff game in 50 years, and I'm like, man, if you can't spot the sucker in the room, then you are the sucker.
Yeah.
Did you break down crying in front of them?
No, I didn't, but he doesn't.
I don't know, son.
My oldest son has gravitated towards the Lions, so he watches it, but my youngest son, he doesn't. He'll watch. He liked Russell Wilson a lot.
Yeah.
So he says he's going to watch the Broncos now. He liked watching the Seahawks before. So maybe Craig is right. Craig, thanks, Craig. Maybe he's right, EZ.
No, I mean he is. He is right. He got a point.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
Craig, I need to borrow your VCR right quick. Justin Thomas just started watching Ozark. It's fire. Yeah, and television, 9 drinks, no soup for you. Don't get me started on Seinfeld.
You don't like Seinfeld?
No, don't get me started on that.
Come on, Seinfeld's great.
Oh, yeah.
What, you really don't like
Says
it?
the guy who watches anime.
Right,
Dude,
right.
Seinfeld is fantastic. There we go.
Yo, dude.
Oh, yeah, Flynn.
Oh, hey, is the guy going to walk through the door in a funny way again? Oh, that's a great bit.
Airplane food?
Yeah.
How about it?
Yeah. Sorry, man. I know that's blasphemous to a lot of you out there. Never understood it with Seinfeld. And I know that somewhere around Metro Detroit, Tom Mazaway's bumping around watching the show going, how could he not like Seinfeld?
Yeah, it's a show about nothing. It's just perfect. I love it.
AC says, watch Game of Thrones, Neal. We've talked about this in the past, AC, where my wife got on the Game of Thrones thing, and I talked about this before, about how you can quasi get sucked into stuff just because it's on in the house. And I've passed it. And like, I looked at the TV, and then I saw someone get on top of a dragon, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Don't watch Game of Thrones. I'm a book reader. I've read all of Game of Thrones, and the last season is the worst season of television I've ever seen in my entire life.
All right, fair. Well, hey, it's good to have Easy here in the chair and kind of bounce these ideas back and forth. When we come back, we'll talk to Dave Beechnaw. He's a Senior Vice President of Sales Services and Sports for the Detroit Sports Commission. Big-time event coming up downtown Detroit tomorrow at Campus Martius. 2024 draft will be here before you know it. And even the commish is coming into town tomorrow. So we'll talk with him. How does it work? How does Detroit get the draft? We'll ask Dave about that when we come back. And, the Detroit Sports Commission, as far as sports goes, they've been kind of a guardian for the city of Detroit.
Yeah, and a guardian, that's the best way to defend your home. Because Guardian Alarm gets it. Whether for home or business, a good defense helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe. All 24/7 local monitoring. Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in your home or business, control lights, temperatures, detect smoke, or carbon monoxide. It'll even let you lock and unlock your doors. Call 1-800.
Stay out.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Call 1-800.
Stay out.
Call 1-800.
Stay out. Get out of my house.
This is BDE, Woodward Sports.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Easy in for DMac. My name is Neal Rule. We got Spencer. We got Sam Flannel as well. Scheduled to be joined by Dave Beechnaw of the Detroit Sports Commission coming up in just a couple of moments. Clean up some of your comments here on the YouTube chat thread. Lewis M. says nothing beats Breaking Bad. It was good. It was a slow start, but once it got cooking, literally and figuratively, it was pretty good. Mike G. Rule, who is the Kramer of WSN? I think that's Tom Mazaway. That's right. I mean,
I don't even know what kind of role Kramer plays.
Yeah. Spencer,
sure.
You know Seinfeld.
For sure, yeah.
He's absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely.
Which one's Kramer?
Mad.
The one that walks through the door in a funny way every single time, and everyone always laughs at it. Yeah. It was funny the first time. It was funny the seventh time. Not as funny the 555th time when I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. That music sounds like it'll get really real annoying soon, too. I'm not going to
lie. Harley Fife, what about Sons of Anarchy? D. Smitty, Neal, we're all over Game of Thrones after Season 8. Man, that broke a lot of hearts, huh?
It was terrible.
Yeah, it did. It was bad.
Worst thing I've ever seen, honestly.
It was rough. Very rough start. Like I said, it sucks you in with the boobies and dragons, and then from there it's all downhill.
And I remember my first day here, I bonded with Justin Slanik in the back.
Yeah.
Me and him just talking Game of Thrones for 3 hours.
Justin says that in YouTube chat there. I'm about to come busting through that glass to talk about some Game of Thrones. No, you're not, Justin, because we ain't talking about it. It's just not. Again, once I saw someone on a dragon, I was out.
You want to fill up 2 hours, we don't have any content at all. I could just rant about Game of Thrones for a couple hours.
Yeah. And they are, man, Game of Thrones is getting crushed. Couldn't advise anyone to watch a series that crashed and burned. Man, people are against it. Speaking of crashing and burning, the Red Wings lost yesterday at home to Ottawa. Easy, bro. It is a struggle coming down the stretch, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before the show, they were supposed to be bad. The bright spots that we've seen this year, were signs of life down the road. But let's be honest, coming into the season, we knew this was going to be a bad team. I didn't expect much from it. The goaltending, I'm backing off of a little bit. I understand the defense needs to develop. And I did a little like dweebing a little bit. I went and looked at our Swedish prospects, I think like 2 weeks ago. Soderblom, Edvinsson, like those guys look sweet. Soderblom's, he's just 6'8" wing, dude. Like, and he puts it in the net too.
So you went to the bar, huh? You had enough of the reality and you went to the bar.
Yes, yeah, I did. I went YouTube watching highlights of those guys. Yeah, it was, dude. I'm excited for the future. And again, we're supposed to be bad. And I watch those guys and know that they're coming up. Like I think, like the top. You look at the top 10 Swedish prospects. 5 of them are Red Wings. They're going to be Red Wings.
No, and I know, and that's our talking points, right? And that's something that DMac and I have discussed in the past with this Red Wings team. And yes, tons of cap space. Yes, bright prospects. It's just, and everything was going so well up into January. Mm-hmm. Everything was going so well. But I will say this, for me, it's done damage. All the goodwill that was built up in January with me, and I always point back to that Boston Bruins game, the second week of January or whatever, when the Wings were like 5 points behind the Bruins.
They got destroyed.
And they got destroyed in that game.
Took into the shed.
And then that was the official ending, because we were having fun. We were flirting. Like we were sending text messages to the playoffs and everything like that, and DMs, and they were, they wouldn't respond to every one of them, but they'd respond just enough to keep you interested and stuff like that. But then after that, it was all over. And for me, what's happened coming down the stretch here has taken some of the bloom off of what happened earlier on in the year, because I think we were all pleasantly surprised. We were we not?
No, absolutely. Don't let the bloom go to Soderblom is the bloom you need to be looking at. I'm telling you, like this, just be patient. They're supposed to be bad.
Yeah, and look, everything is true. Where people are telling me I should check out Peacemaker on HBO, and I wasn't going into this looking for new show suggestions. Adam Baydoun, someone talk sports before I burn the studio down. Adam can do that. There is no doubt. And look, Yes, they gave up 2 goals. There was a couple empty net goals at the end. But this is the Ottawa Senators, man. And it's not even singularly this game. I just don't like what I've seen coming down the stretch. And we'll have it. We'll do the come to Jesus after the season's over. And I know which way you guys are all going to go with it. I know it's going to be a Blashill fest, and people are just going to be like, fire Blashill, everything will be fixed, and all that stuff. You tell me. To me, it seems deeper than Blashill. It does. It's what has happened here, and the things that are repeating themselves, and just the sheer number of losses. To me, it seems deeper than Blashill. I'm not being some conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I'm not pushing some agenda. I was very happy with how things were rolling into January. I understood. We said before the season started, this was not a quote NHL playoff team. I made my peace with that before the season started. I did. I was pleasantly surprised. But I'm on the flip side of that coin, EZ. I'm very discouraged with what's happened over the last 2 months.
Are you questioning the Yzer plan?
No. It's none of. I don't want to be burned at the stake. I don't want to be strapped to a dragon and shot out. And shot out of Thrawn or wherever it is that we're living these days.
Westeros.
Where is it?
Westeros.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to be strapped to a dragon and sent away. Okay, I don't want that.
I let Daenerys strap me down.
I don't want that. I just, am I allowed to be, guys, and I'll leave it to you guys here in the YouTube chat thread and on Twitter and everything. Is it okay that I'm disappointed with the last 2 months? Is that okay?
I mean, dude, like I said, like they're supposed to be bad. Like, and we know like majority of this is like the roster. Seider hasn't had a good pairing all season. You know what I'm saying? And we have a guy in the wings, and Simon Edvinsson, he's going to be coming up. I'm sure probably next year to expedite the process of this, because he saw some promise this year with Mo Seider, with Lucas Raymond. If we signed Dylan Larkin, hopefully him as well. Like, no, like they were supposed to be bad. And again, like the issues that we have are addressed. And even if you're questioning the goaltending, you know what I'm saying? We drafted the 6'8" dude. What's his last? Kosa? You know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff that you see in this team, you're like, ugh. It's been addressed through the draft, and we also, again, you're the biggest cap guy out there. We have tons of that too. So no, I'm not worried at all.
No, and people are talking about that. And look, Austin Lord Apollo says Red Wings' biggest problem is Chris Ellis not wanting to spend money. I don't think that's the case at all. I think the Red Wings will have free reign to spend up to the cap. I'm not concerned about that. They're not to that exit in the highway yet, which again, that's why I always want to mark my territory here with everybody. And you guys can hold me accountable. I can hold you accountable. Before this season started, I was cool with it, and we're seeing the Lions, I think, do this to some degree too with the free agency plan. They're not there yet. And Steve Yzerman knows better than anyone, obviously, because he's done it before. So he knows better than anyone. I'm not saying burn it down. I'm not saying fire Steve Yzerman, and I feel I have to qualify this stuff all the time. I get that. We're not to that yet with the Red Wings, and I don't anticipate getting there. It's just overall, I'm not being grandiose. It's not hot take stuff. Everything I got excited about up to January was taken away by the last 2 months. And look, Tammy Chin in our YouTube chat thread, I think the resident Red Wings fan, to take the temperature of the people. And she said, my poor Wings, I'll continue to support them, but last night was painful. And then she said, after the All-Star break, the Red Wings fell apart. And Tammy's the biggest Red Wings supporter there is out there. I want him to win, obviously. I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on Steve Yzerman. It's just, for me, I'm very disheartened by the last couple months. Yeah, I think it's fair to say, man.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. Was it in Game of Thrones, Spence, the Dothraki, the first line of defense against the war with the White Walkers? That's what Jeff Blashill is. Like he's
bro.
Be the
you may as well have
thing.
Just spoke Portuguese right there, man. It's literally the same thing.
I spoke Dothraki. I'm not joking, but no, like I think he's the scapegoat in all this. Like, I think when we're ready to take that step, he's not going to be the guy. I think he's proven that. I'm not a hockey novice to speak on that, but for everyone that I respect, and I hear what they say on Jeff Blashill, he's not that guy, pal. He's just not that guy. However, I do fully understand. I don't want to bash him like too hard, because at the same time, we don't have those guys on the roster filled out yet, and we're getting there. And we just got to be patient. We're getting there. Again, I've said it 3 times already, but like, we were supposed to be bad. Spence, you're a hockey guy. Like, what was your take?
Yeah, I mean, they overperformed to begin the season for sure, and they were playing well, but I think everybody's disappointed now is because you saw that. You saw what they could be. You saw them playing hard. You saw them fighting people, hitting people, and now they're backing down. They're playing soft. The defense fell to shambles. Obviously, we have Seider, who's still great, but other than that, that defense is a poop shoot back there, and we can't stop anybody. And it's kind of bad to see, but like I said, they overperformed, so maybe your expectations were set a little too high at the beginning of the season, because as EZ said multiple times, they were supposed to be bad. This was supposed to be a bad team. And so we'll see. We still have 5 prospects.
But I'm not letting them off that easy, though, Spencer. I'm not. They weren't supposed to be a bad team. Were they supposed to be the Ottawa Senators?
No,
they weren't.
That's definitely
they were supposed to be hang in the playoff discussion, as we always talk about, beyond the graphic.
Yeah.
That's what they were. They weren't supposed to be what they've been the last 2 months.
No, that's
they
for
were
sure.
never supposed to be.
You're
that.
never supposed to give up 11 goals, 10 goals, 8 goals. Like that's bad. That's really bad. And I don't know if that's just coaching. We saw the reports about maybe he's losing the locker room. Maybe these guys aren't playing for him anymore. So that's hard. Once you see those reports swirling around out there, it's hard to back this guy. And even DMac said it. Even at the end of the season, he's probably gone. Blashill's probably gone.
Yeah.
And they need to move on.
And I get it. And again, that comes back to that pound of flesh argument that I was talking about. Red Wings fans want it. Somebody wants a pound of flesh, and that's the way that it's going to work. And everyone's lighting it up right now about Jeff Blashill. Clomp sauce. He's not developing these young guys. You can keep adding players, but it won't matter if he's there. And the rub with that on me is, what were we told? I was told in Grand Rapids, the player development whisper, right? Isn't that what I was? Isn't that what I was told?
They've gotten worse this year. People have gotten worse, and so that's not good.
That's what I was told. Mm-hmm. And we'll see. I expect there will be a move made, right?
Yeah.
Because look, Yzerman's not moving for me or for you. Or Yzerman's going to do what Yzerman's going to do because it works. And I'm not here questioning him. Obviously, I'm not, because the proof's in the resume. I'm a huge resume guy. It's just, I think that there has to be that move. A move. Any move. There's got to be. You can't have this stretch of play that they've had for 2 months and there not be a move.
there's definitely going to be a move. I go back to the face that Stevie Y was making. I don't remember which game it was, but you could tell. Like, he looked like he was going to go down and pimp slap Jeff Blashill after that game. And I definitely think he's going to be that pound of flesh, that line of defense that ultimately goes down to begin with. The Dothraki. Jeff Blashill's out of here, man. Honestly, I don't think there's a question about it.
Okay. And that's what we'll see. You know, that's what we'll see. The man, obviously, all in with Steve Yzerman. All in. Never wavering on that. Love the setup. Love the prospect setup. Love the salary cap setup. Love the draft capital setup. It's all there. It's rolling. It's just, the last 2 months have been disheartening. I think that's fair. I think it's fair. You know what's more than fair? You know what's good? Gypsy vodka. Now that is good. It's Michigan's gluten-free vodka. Locally made here in the state of Michigan, right out of Petoskey. 50 different formulas, countless taste tests. But they've done it, folks. They've made the best tasting, smoothest vodka on the market. It's gluten-free. It's corn distilled 6 times. They use artesian spring water. Hell, they even got a cool bottle. You know what matters the most to me? What's inside the bottle. That's the vodka. That's the Gypsy vodka. That's what's getting mixed up with the club soda, squeeze a lime, and we are on our way for the evening, if you know what I mean. Support local guys from the state of Michigan. Try a bottle today. Ask for it by name in the store. Say, hey, where's that Gypsy vodka at? And as always, drink responsibly.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers, wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Rule. That guy over there is EZ, filling in for DMac here today. DMac will be back with us tomorrow. We got Sam Flannel. We got Spencer Raxter as well. Most importantly, we got all of you guys out there, YouTube, chat thread, social media, however you are doing it. We appreciate the fact that you are. Don't forget on the radio, too, 93.5 The Roar, 99.1 FM. And then for all the HD people out there, 94.7 HD2, the podcast page, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast, the Big D Energy Podcast. Fire away on that also. Big D here in the house. And, we're just wrapping up this Red Wings discussion. They got pounded last night by Ottawa, but they 1-3 against the Ottawa Senators. And it's not just singularly this game last night. It's just for all the excitement I had into January, it's all gone. It's all been washed away. So I guess it's a net neutral.
Jeez, man. What is wrong with you?
Dude, Easy, how much you need to see, Easy? How much more?
What I saw this season is good. They're supposed to be bad, man.
Easy. See, this is where we're different, all right? I'm not saying burn it down or anything like that, but I am saying you're telling me you're not disappointed with what's happened over the last 2 months.
No.
You're telling me you're not.
No. Did you expect the Mo Sider to be what Mo Sider is?
I was told he was going to be very, very good.
Expect him to be this good this early?
No. Well, then all the more reason, Easy. Then why the collapse?
No, you're supposed to be excited about that. That's supposed to pump you up.
I am excited about that.
Same thing with Lucas Raymond. Dude, I'm excited about the future. I'm not disappointed. I thought we were going to be this bad. To be honest with you.
What they have been over the last 2 months is like one of the worst teams in the league. That's the worst defensive team in the league.
For sure that. 1,000% that. But that's what I expected. I expected us to be a bad team. It's not anything like worse than like what I planned on going into the season. In fact, like when we were flirting with the playoffs, I didn't expect that to be a thing at all. Like at all. It's not like the Tigers were we're coming in and we think they could actually flirt with the playoffs and do something, which we'll talk about later. But it's still early on that too. I think everyone should calm down a little bit. But no, dude. I mean, Spence, how bad would you think they were going to be? Do you think they panned out better than they were supposed to be?
I think at the beginning, like I said, the beginning of the season they were overachieving, but now they've bottomed out. I expect them to be better than what they were playing like for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks for sure.
What was your expectations going in though?
I expected them to be a low fringe playoff team,
Right.
not a hunt for the playoffs, not in the playoffs, but
like it was to some degree in January, where they were up there with Boston, but they were like 4 points behind. But Boston had 4 games at hand. It was never realistic. Don't get me wrong. It was never where I said, okay, here we go. It was never like that. But I figured them to stay around that, and instead it's been the opposite. And again, guys, I'm not saying, I think EZ's trying to put off this persona that I'm saying burn the thing to the ground. No, I'm not saying that at all.
You're doing that.
No, see what I mean? Yeah, no, you're
I'm
doing
really
that.
not, though. I'm really not. I'm just saying, just chill, man. Just chill. Just relax
I
a little
am
bit.
chill, EZ.
They're going to be fine. They're going to be good next year. Next year, have the expectations you had this year, next year for sure. I'll allow that. This year, no. They were going to be a bad team. I don't know, you guys expected the rookies to turn this thing around in the rookie year? No, that doesn't happen in any
All right,
sport.
let's take it to the YouTube chat poll then. Let's get the people to officially weigh in on this. Is it okay that the Red Wings have been this bad the last 2 months? I think that's a fair way to put it, don't you? Is it okay that the Red Wings have been this bad the last 2 months?
And before you vote, just remember, Stevie Y saw this coming. He made the draft picks
he didn't see this
around
coming.
this. He did.
He didn't see this last 2 months. Did you see the look on that man's face?
Ooh, dude, that's a Blashill thing. And that's definitely a Blashill thing, and we've known he's bad. That's another thing I'm saying, too. Why do you expect him to be bad? People wanted to fire Blashill since before this year. What do you guys, I don't know what the hell. They were going to be bad. Jeff Blashill's been bad. It's not a surprise. It's not, oh, my God, I didn't see this coming. No, dude, we wanted to fire Jeff Blashill for 2 years now.
And we have it up right now in our YouTube chat poll because I was going to move on to the Tigers, but I want to see, is it okay that the Red Wings have been this bad the last 2 months?
I just accidentally voted no. God damn it.
Well, 76% of the people must have accidentally voted no too then, because that's the way. And you guys know how this works. Usually out of the gates is a pretty good indication of how it's going to go. And that Tammy Chin says hell no. And Tammy's a very optimistic fan. But at the same time, I think Tammy and I are kind of in lockstep here.
Well, I'm telling her husband.
Mike G, EZ's about to bring in a dragon to burn the LCA down. Gromit says Blashill's lost the locker room. Time to move on at the end of the season. Tammy says that too. I've lost faith in the coaching staff. Chuck Brewer says most future Red Wings are in Europe. And I gather that, guys. I do. I just don't like what I've seen. And I think that's fair.
Just know that the stuff that you've seen that you don't like has been addressed. And it's coming. It's brewing. It's cooking right now. In the kitchen, Stevie Y's got his wrist twisting like a stir fry.
Okay. Well, I hope you're right. And I'm curious to see everybody's thoughts. Is it okay the Red Wings have been this bad the last 2 months? 64% of you say no. 36% of you say yes. And Eli Garcia. And look, Eli, I think, says it very, very well. It's never okay to be this bad.
That's fair. Ultimately, no. It's
so
not
you agree
okay to be this bad. By terms, by principle, being bad is bad, right? But if having realistic expectations of the team, I think this is what you should have expected. This is what you should have seen coming. Shouldn't have been anything took him by surprise, especially the Blashill stuff. Where were you on Blashill heading into the season? Do you think he was the guy?
Well, my problem with it was
when we extended him, people were ready to burn down LCA then.
Yeah, that was one where I deferred to Yzerman on because I was told. Right. Again, going back to it, I was told he was the player development guru over there in Grand Rapids, and that's why he was here. That's a singular reason he was here, was he was going to continue to develop these guys. And what I've seen is, and somebody talked about Joe Veleno in the YouTube chat thread, said I was excited to see Joe Veleno. What I've seen are the guys who are talented are just talented. You know what I'm saying? Just in Lucas Raymond is talented.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mo Sider
talented.
is maybe mercurial as far as the position goes.
Yeah.
He's a 12 to 15 year guy that you lock in and you don't worry about him the rest of the way. I've seen blue chips be blue chips, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But has there been a guy, Sam Flanagan, has there been a guy that we didn't expect that's taken a huge leap forward?
Well, I was actually going to address that at some point. One thing that I look at as a positive is Dylan Larkin did not have a good year last year, and it was kind of injury-plagued, but he did not play well. He's a point-a-game guy. Bertuzzi, injury-ravaged season last year, is now, like, I think 55 points in 60 games. Sider, great rookie. Raymond, great rookie. They were both drafted, Sider in the Jack Hughes draft and Raymond in the Lafreniere draft.
Remember, too, the Mosai, we were crushed to get Mosai.
Oh, yeah, we were all in Detroit. It was like, the lottery screwed us. But I would rather have Sider than Jack Hughes, even though Jack Hughes is a really good player. I would rather have Raymond than Lafreniere. But as far as to address something what Neal said, the defense has just been awful these past couple months. 2 games really stand out in my mind. I was at the game in late January when they lost to the Chicago Blackhawks 8-5, and the Blackhawks are a dumpster fire. And then that game where they lost at LCA to Arizona 9-2. Arizona also a dumpster fire.
That was the one that really made me check out on the season, dude.
That's the type of loss that is just planets colliding bad, right? I mean, Arizona is awful.
Yeah, and then when you parlay that with giving up 11 to the Penguins, and there's no shame. Don't get me wrong. There's no shame in losing to the Penguins, but you've just brought up a lot of games.
Yeah, and then Toronto, they gave up 10. I mean, on and on.
God, I even forgot about that one. And that was Toronto.
Yeah, and you just can't do that to anyone. 10 and 11, I can't remember the last time I saw a 10 and 11, giving up 10 and 11 in a season. That's just, like I said, planets colliding bad.
Okay, and people are talking about Rasmussen has improved. Okay, that's fair.
He's the only guy, though.
Yeah. I mean,
literally the only guy.
And that's been very recently. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just... there hasn't been anybody take a step forward that.
Well, Vrana, we put him in there, maybe.
Well, that was a trade that was. You know what I'm saying? Like Steve Yzerman had an inkling with Vrana.
Yeah.
And pulled the strings and made that trade, which will go down. I think if he stays healthy, will go down as a great trade. If the Red Wings win in the future, I'm talking like win.
That'd be a piece.
Vrana will be like one of the main pieces of that. So it's just, for me, I guess my whole problem with it is there's nobody on this roster that has taken a step forward that you couldn't had a Street and Smith season preview and picked out a name off that. That's my problem.
Yeah, I think Blash was like the first to go 1,000%. I think this team lacks talent. I think that's a big part of the defensive woes. I think certain things, like you could game plan defensively, right? But you ultimately need guys out there that can actually execute. And I don't think we have that outside of Mo Sider. He's had 12 different guys like pairing with him throughout the season, and they've all been bad. All of them.
Right? No, it has. It's
goddamn one.
No, it has. It's been bad, and again, it really dampened my excitement that I had accrued over the course of the first couple months of the season. I'm not saying burn it down. I'm just saying, hey. What happened last night was just a microcosm of what's been happening lately. And then when Sam Flannel starts breaking it down, I had pushed those out of my mind. I'd pushed those games out of my mind, and Sam Flannel brought them all back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry I did that. Yeah, that's. I feel like I'm going to give you nightmares now, and it was my fault. But those are the type of games you just can't forget. Those are just colossal losses, and just giving up all those goals. It's just unacceptable. But I also agree with EZ. There's a lot to be hopeful about.
No, sure.
Yeah. I'm not worried. It's bad is bad, yes, but ultimately I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. That's fair. I think I'm being fair about it too. And hey, more than fair is if you want to get that action and say, if you've been on mybookie.ag and you've been fading the Red Wings, stacking them chips. You have certainly been doing that at mybookie.ag. Best way to place your bets is with mybookie.com. Go there today, enter promo code Woodward. When you sign up, you get some free money. That's right, free bets for just entering Woodward when you sign up for your MyBookie account. Plus, you can bet on anything from wrestling to soccer to all major sports. You wouldn't have won last night, but hey, take that Red Wings over. You know they're going to do their share in terms of giving up the goals to get you to that over. You got a problem with gambling? Call the Michigan Problem Gambling Helpline, 1-800-270-7117. It's MyBookie.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice.
Neal Rule here for Big Boy. And while the Red Wings have been disappointing lately, the Seafood Fest is never disappointing, and that is back at Big Boy. The Friday night seafood buffet is where it's all going down. Hurry, though. April 24th is when it all ends. Catch it while you can. They got the fish and chips, the popcorn shrimp, the perch as well, and an all-new fish sandwich. Big Boy. Guys, come on. It's a Detroit institution. They've redone the menu. We were out there a couple of months ago, had a blast out there, had a Big Boy burger, all of it. The classics are still there. The new menu's great. It's Big Boy. You grew up with it. Slide on back over to Big Boy, the Seafood Fest, available at participating locations. Welcome back, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Easy in for Darren McCarty. My name is Neal Rule. We got Sam Flannel. We got Spencer as well. And right now, as promised, we are joined by the Senior Vice President of Sales, Services, and Sports. His name is Dave Beach, now with the Detroit Sports Commission. And Dave, we appreciate you taking some time. I know you guys are more than busy right now with everything that's going on. As a matter of fact, tomorrow it goes down at Campus Martius, the 2024 NFL Draft celebration. But Dave, you know, the question I have, and I'm always a big nuts and bolts guy, they didn't just say, hey, Detroit, you want the draft? And Detroit was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, we're coming to Campus Martius next week. Take us through this whole, how does Detroit get the draft, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, obviously it's a process like anything else, and especially with these major events that we continue to pursue. It started 4 or 5 years ago, and 5 years in the making, and with an initial expression of interest to the NFL, working with the Detroit Lions and bringing all the stakeholders together. We were very intentional throughout the process, and the community was very collaborative. We were committed to a vision that we created as part of our draft pitch. One of the most important things to us throughout the process too, and as a part of our pitch, was the community impact. And what I mean by community impact is not only the economic impact, but what it means for our community at large from a legacy standpoint. And it was important that we had a component to it that once the draft is long gone and left Detroit, that there will be a legacy left behind to live for years to come. And so I think that really resonated and caught the attention of the NFL. And I think that was really part of the overarching decision for the NFL to select Detroit.
Hi, Dave. Thank you for joining us today. I wanted to ask, what role, if any, has Sheila Ford-Hamp played a part in making this happen?
Ownership has played a critical role. Lions leadership from Rod Wood, and you can't bid for or host the NFL draft or the Super Bowl without the support with the franchise. So the Detroit Lions were along with us hand in hand. And we had an executive team of high-level stakeholders who really worked through the bid process. And it was really, like I said, a collaborative effort. And too often people out front get credit for the work that was done. But I have to tell you, I can't be more proud of all of the people behind the scenes that made this happen or touched it in some way, because there are so many of them. I can't even begin to name. But when you talk about Visit Detroit, the Detroit Sports Commission, the Detroit Lions, Downtown Detroit Partnership, which, as we alluded to, may be the site of the draft in 2024, and Mark Hollis with his leadership with the Detroit Sports Commission chair, and the team that he brought along, and so many others in the mayor's office. It truly was a collaborative community effort to get this done.
Talking to Dave Beach now here with the Detroit Sports Commission, and tomorrow downtown at Campus Martius, they'll be having the big NFL draft celebration, the 2024 NFL draft celebration at Campus Martius Park. The commish, Roger Goodell, will be in town, so you know it's official, everybody. You know that that it's going down. But Dave, what about that? I mean, and just to step away from the draft itself, and I know you guys will unveil some of the stuff that's going to be going on tomorrow. I'm not asking you to tip your hand about any of that stuff. For me, though, Dave, as a lifelong Detroiter, you know, parents worked in the car factories and lived here my whole life. The Detroit Sports Commission, and this is something I've always said, and I know Marty Dobeck, I've known him for a long time right now, and I've always talked to Marty about this when I've seen him. The Detroit Sports Commission, and I know like you talk about the people behind the scenes that make this all go too. When you look at the events that Detroit has pulled off here recently, I mean, from All-Star games to Final Fours to Super Bowls to NCAA championships and NCAA tournaments and all that kind of stuff, you talked about a legacy. The legacy for me as being a Detroit sports fan is big-time events not only can happen in Detroit, they thrive in Detroit, they go off well in Detroit, and it has become a big-time sports city. You know, as you guys have you guys ever take a step back and look at all this that's happened here in this city recently?
Oh, we have. You know, and we do it all the time because we can't forget, you know, the history and that great run of major events that we had in the early 2000s. And I think the Super Bowl was really the catalyst for all of that. And we look at the draft in the same way. And I truly think that we are poised for great things in the future. And, you know, one thing we talk about all the time, we have to recognize what we are today. And, you know, are we a Final Four city? A little bit aspirational, but at the same time, I'll take a men's regional final or regional tournament every 4 or 5 years. And, you know, until we get a little bit more hotel capacity, you know, but I think we're positioned and we're poised for the future, you know, with some of the conversations we're having with the Big Ten Conference, for example, and a few others. I think the future is extremely bright. And I talked about collaboration early on, and probably 5 years ago, you know, we formed the Detroit Sports Organizing Corp, which is made up of those key stakeholders in the community, the Rod Woods, the Arn Tellums. We also have several others in the corporate community that you know, really sit around the table and drive strategy and understanding who we are and where we're going. You know, we couldn't be more unified as a city right now.
Dave, again, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and thank you again for, you know, bringing all this, being a part of that team that's bringing all this great stuff to Detroit, and like you said, our community especially. But people listening, you know, what's going on tomorrow, and what time does all that stuff start? Like, so that we go and hang out with you guys, and I guess enjoy that experience. This is, you see me smiling. You guys keep talking about all these events, but it's awesome to me.
Yeah. So, you know, back on March 28th, you know, we had the big announcement, and all of us that were involved in some capacity, we celebrated in our own way. And, you know, as I alluded to earlier, you know, this is really for the community and the community impact and everything that it represents. And so we wanted to celebrate with the community and bring our residents and everyone involved downtown to really, you know, kickstart or kick off, if you will, leading up to the 2024 draft. So at 4:30 at Campus Martius Park, we'll have a formal program that will be emceed by Charles Davis, who's a CBS NFL analyst. As you mentioned, Commissioner Goodell will be there along with many, many other dignitaries. But we've got the Lions drum line, the cheerleaders. Rory will be there. There'll be photo ops with Lions legends and a lot of other fan activities, including, you know, tailgate games and giveaways, food trucks. And we're also going to have a special unveiling that will culminate the event, and something that will live in Campus Martius through 2024. And it'll be an exciting day for sure.
No, EZ's all fired up, and there'll be food trucks too. EZ, so you know,
trucks.
we had EZ at food trucks. We're talking to Dave Beachnall here of the Detroit Sports Commission. So, Dave, you know, certainly all that stuff's going on, and I know how you guys operate. I'm sure there's stuff, you know, down the road that you guys are looking at right now that you guys are trying to figure out. Anything else you want to break here on Big D Energy? What's next for the city of Detroit Sports Commission?
Yeah, we're always looking for, you know, for great opportunities for our region, and, you know, we're very strategic in our approach. You know, as I mentioned, you know, we're in conversations with the Big Ten for a potential football championship or men's or women's basketball tournament. We continue to look at NCAA championships. We just hosted the Division I wrestling championships at LCA back in March. A huge success, 106,000 fans over the course of 3 days. And, again, we may be in the mix for a future Final Four, and that's one that we're looking at right now. And so, again, we continue to look at the future, what we are as a community, what's a good fit for our region, and, again, being very collaborative and strategic in our approach.
And Dave, lastly, before we let you go here, certainly you talk about community and Detroit Sports Commission and what you guys have been able to do. It does take the help of a community to do all these types of things as well. I always get the emails from you guys. I know you guys are always looking for local volunteers. I mean, people, and I've always thought about it this way, Dave. It's, for me, I've always thought it important to go to these events whenever I have the opportunity to go, just to support it. And I know there's a long list of people that you guys have within the community that come out that support it with their time, that help. You guys are always looking for volunteers for these events, and they can go to DetroitSports.org, right, and sign up to be a volunteer?
That's absolutely right. And our schedule of events is there, of what we're hosting in the future, and other information. But anyone can reach out to us through our email addresses that are also listed on our website. But yeah, it's we're part of the community, and we want the community to be part of us, and that's critically important to the success of our region as we move forward.
Well, Dave, again, man, I appreciate your time. I know you guys are massively busy, and as this draft thing, continues to unfold, certainly we'll reach out and we'll get you guys back on, and you can give us updates as to what's going on. But I think I do speak for a lot of people, and looking at our YouTube chat thread here, with the city of Detroit, and even me personally, it's always brought me a lot of pride to have these events here, because I remember growing up that people told me that Detroit wasn't a city that these things could happen in, and look at it now, man. It's popping, and the biggest events in the sporting world are coming here, and it makes me proud, so I appreciate all your guys' efforts down there at the Detroit Sports Commission.
Absolutely. Civic pride is so important, and like I said early on, I'm just so proud of everyone that's been involved in this, and we'll be a part of it moving forward. It's going to be a great 2 years ahead of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the time, Dave. Appreciate it. And that was Dave Beechnaw from the Detroit Sports Commission, and it's popping easy. Like,
Yeah.
and you
They
know,
got food
like
trucks, dog. Come on.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much to get Easy fired up. Just put a food truck anywhere, and Easy's like, man, it's popping down here.
I think the heavyweights gonna have to make an appearance to that one. What do you think, Spence?
Yeah. Oh, hey. Like you said, man. Anywhere there's a food truck, I'm down there, and that's where we're going. Those food trucks at opening day, those are fire too.
You guys, man. I love you guys. Big shout out to Corey Woods, our Lions beat reporter, too, for getting all that set up and getting Dave in here. Because, again, I'm being serious, man. Like, I remember when I was a kid, that's what I was told, that you can't have these events in Detroit. And Detroit's not the kind of city that can pull these events off. And I remember thinking that at the Super Bowl. And we went downtown, and, we jumped in a few of the local establishments and things like that. And it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was, because I remember thinking that, like, Detroit's a big-time city.
Yeah.
And it is. And I don't care what people say. So everyone that's got a problem with that and all those tweets that we saw and stuff like that, they can piss off, because the bottom line is we pulled it off in the past. We're going to pull it off again. And that's what the facts are.
Everyone I've spoken to from out of town, people who I used to have season tickets, they come in and see us kick the Bears' ass. People, former athletes that interviewed, they've always said they've been blown away of what Detroit actually is when you come and give it a chance.
Yeah. Doughboy Steve says the Woodward heavyweights need to cover tomorrow's event. So
that's Hey, as long as we get some food vouchers, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be down there.
throw some tacos off that food truck, and we'll be down. We'll do whatever you need.
Absolutely. And let me tell you about the antithesis of the Woodward heavyweights. Neal Rule here for Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Membership starts at just $10 a month. There's a black card option available as well for just $22.99 a month. Less than $1 per day. Get you all the use of the amenities, the unlimited tanning, the hydro massage, access to over 2,000 Planet Fitnesses worldwide, unlimited guest privileges as well. You can join today in club. You're going to pass two of them on the way home, so just pull on in the parking lot and sign up there. Or if you're feeling motivated, you can do it right now. Jump on your computer, go to planetfitness.com. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There's one open in Midtown Detroit at the Detroit Pistons Performance Center right now up until May 14th. $0 down, $10 a month. That'll get you in the door at your home club. You can start right there. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
At Wing Snob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wing Snob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Neal Rule here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms, trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club, get all the best deals. They also sell the Australian Gold, the Designer Skin, the Cal Tan, and Spencer's always partial to the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com. That's the place you go to find out which one of the 26 locations and more on the way work for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters. It's Chili Peppers Tanning. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy. We got EZ in the house for DMac. My name is Neal Rule. Special shout out to Dave Beechnow of the Detroit Sports Commission for joining us and bringing us up to date with everything that's going on. Hype level, because if he's talking about it, you know they're talking about it.
Yeah.
Big Ten football championship,
Final Four,
NCAA Final Fours, Big Ten basketball championship.
Yeah, and I think all that stuff too, like those milestones, root back to Super Bowl. Hopefully, return here too. I hope. Like, I was too young for that one, the one that was here. So I want to experience the establishments much like you did back in the day, if it does return.
Mike G, can EZ do his snooty Neal live read voice? I do want to hear that, by the way.
All right.
I missed that one.
You got to pass it over to me during break or something. I'll get it done.
I do want to hear that. Crazy Clown says, I love greasy food. My heart is 100% grease. AC wants to know, is a boneless wing really a wing or a tender? It's a tender, right?
Yeah, it's a tender.
It's a chicken nugget.
You got to have bones to have a wing.
Yeah.
Chicken nugget gets a little disrespectful to like the grown men who eat them, but yeah, they are that.
They should be disrespected.
It is what it is.
Trent Bastian says no Baez today, and I'm guessing that's in the lineup for the Tigers today. They are, by the way, going to square up with. I mean, you know, it's the way it's going to work, man. Yeah. It's the way it's going to work sometimes. The rain's holding off, so you know they're supposed to throw the first pitch in about an hour or so. So I mean, you know, I think it's again, it's not season defining or anything like that with the Tigers and the Red Sox today. I think it'd be nice to get a series win. No,
definitely be nice to get a series win against a great opponent in the Red Sox. I mean, obviously, when we're going through their lineup and you just see Devers, Hernandez, you know, what's his name in left field? Verdugo. You got all these guys that you're just trying to work through that lineup.
It's funny, like
tough.
they're not the Red Sox they used to be.
No.
Where they hit a bunch. They have a bunch of pain in the ass guys in the line. They're just hard to get out.
Just scratching out 12 pitch at bats, fouling off all these pitches. It's tough and it's really hard to get through that lineup, like I said. And I want to see where the Tigers are at that pace, where you have 5 guys in a row, that 2 innings of work that these pitchers are like, oh, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into the meat of this order. Now it's just, all right, if I can get around Javi Baez taking me deep, I can probably pitch around the rest of these guys. So,
yeah. Eduardo Rodriguez on the bump today. We'll see if he can bounce back from, I think he'd be the first to tell you it was a disappointing opening day start. Nathan Eovaldi, the opposing pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. We'll keep an eye, though, on the weather and see how things progress with that, but that is where the Tigers are at with Boston. The series up for grabs here today, and look, just like that, guys. As I said, it wasn't anything worth freaking out. Though I think we can all agree that the White Sox are a better baseball team than the Detroit Tigers are. I think that's a fair assessment. I don't think that's going out on a limb. But it would be nice to get that series win. I think Tigers, going on the road, right, to Kansas City after this?
Yes.
Memory serves. So you got that, man. It's on and popping, and we'll see how things go. But, yeah, again, it's cool to have that discussion about big-time events coming here because I do think that's important as far as the city goes. I think, look, and Detroit is a top 5, 6, 7 sports city in America. Mm-hmm. You got all 4 major teams. The teams are supported here. Yeah. There's no doubt. I mean, look at this show. Every single day, the viewership and the interaction. Everybody wants to talk. It doesn't matter too if it's Red Wings, Tigers, Pistons, Lions. Certainly, everyone always talks NFL. But it's I think it's important to help a city standing to get stuff like that.
1,000%. I think Detroit, we are one of those cities. It's crazy because we've gone down. You know what I'm saying? But we got back up, and it's crazy to see we got back up and we're thriving and we're headed towards parts. The city I never seen. I never got to see the city light up. With times when I was growing up, it was like a ghost town. Sometimes I used to work down there in 2017, and to see the way it's flipped around, man. I remember visiting New Orleans, and I was like, man, I couldn't imagine if Detroit was like this. At the time, it was the ghost town, and now we're getting towards that. It's bright at night. There's people everywhere, bar hopping, hipsters are down there doing their thing. It's I don't know, it's beautiful to see it. And for us as a company, Woodward Sports, this is huge. We definitely have to support this stuff because we can only grow along with it.
Yeah. Scott Klingler, Neal, did you catch Adam's pick for the first round of the draft this year? I did not. As a matter of fact, I missed it. Do you guys know what it was?
I do.
All right, Scott, let me know.
Something about drugs, probably, I'm sure.
Cocaine, yeah. Draft the cocaine, right? That's Adam's mantra. By the way.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the NFL draft, we'll be down at the Brass Rail in downtown Detroit. We'll have a show. I will be in there. We'll be pushing the button. We'll be playing the sound religiously. I know Sam Flannel will be on it. Yep. That's right, baby.
That was awesome.
Draft capital, man. I'll be saying draft capital a bafillion times.
Hey, I'm with you. It just makes sense. If football's a team game, that draft capital matters.
Rack says, when I lived in California, I was shocked that opening day isn't a holiday. It was just another game for them. And that's the other thing, too. I don't think people know. I hear baseball elite talk about it sometimes. But, opening day, the way we know it, it's not like that everywhere. It's like that in Cincinnati and here, pretty much. And that's it, man. It's not the thing everywhere else. Boston, New York,
I was going to ask about those guys. Okay.
Maybe St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah. But the degree that it is here, the street party and the 15-hour marathon. Oh yeah. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, he was twerking on stage. He know all about it.
He was hydrating during the day.
Oh yeah.
It's not like that everywhere, man. It's not. So, it's what it is. Adam says I did a mock for the entire first round for all the teams, Neal. Is that on WoodwardSports.com? I hope it is, Adam. Because if it is, people need to roll out there. Ronald Jackson, why is Cade Cunningham getting play on Rookie of the Year? Play or played?
I think he means played. Yeah. He has to mean played.
He has to mean played or he's trolling.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I know they lost, but Evan Mobley was pretty good last night.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley was pretty good last night.
Evan Mobley looked pretty good. No, Evan Mobley's a good player.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good player.
You know what? And you know what? For me, we got into this yesterday.
Yeah.
And it devolved into what it devolves into all the time when we talk about the Rookie of the Year thing. Because for me, I was Cade, obviously Team Cade, or Evan Mobley. Those, and I'll admit, I was not in on Scotty Barnes, who is a very, very good player too. But it just goes to show that there wasn't a wrong answer.
No, there really was. Well,
except for one.
He played great at the end of the year, too. He was dropping 30 points. I think he had 7 straight. Jalen Green, we're talking about, had 7 straight 30-point games.
And he closed like that.
He was going dumb.
He was going. He said, "I'm bucket," and then he went out there and he got buckets. But still, it was meaningless games, meaningless points, and losses. So, we saw Jeremy Grant ball on a bad team last year for the Pistons. So,
yeah, we got the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you do for a bad team. I want to see you do that in a winning situation.
Yeah. Super Juggernaut 87 says Cade still goes first if the draft was restarted, no matter who the team is. That's why he is the Rookie of the Year. And not to be fair, I don't think necessarily that would be the case for everybody in the draft. And Sam Flannel, you're a big NBA guy. Those 7-footers like Mobley, man, there's not a lot of those.
Well, what I've said before is that Evan Mobley looks to be a missing piece on a team that went from the lottery to the playoffs. Same with Scotty Barnes. And a guy like Evan Mobley, for sure, he was a 50% shooter, great defender, great post defender.
As a 7-footer.
Yeah, as a 7-footer, and rim protection. And he's the one that's always getting those dimes from Darius Garland and putting them up. He's been amazing. And I think if he wins Rookie of the Year, I don't have a problem with it. If Scotty Barnes wins, I don't have a problem with it. Although if I had a vote, I would vote for Cade. But people at Woodward Sports act like it's an absolute crime if Scotty Barnes or Evan Mobley wins, and I don't agree.
It is.
I don't agree because nobody talks about it. Cade Cunningham's shooting percentage is 41.6%.
He's also the
really
only
bad.
He's like, dude, you watch the defense on him. It's all 5 guys on him.
And
on top of that, he shoots a lot more from the perimeter than these other guys too.
And that's the vote for him, is because he's the only one out of the 3 that is the best player on their team. And defenses do have to key in on him. But 41.6% is 41.6%. His shooting at the beginning of the year was really, really bad. His scoring efficiency is worse than Jalen Green's, even though he does a lot more like creating and being a playmaker than Jalen Green. Everything I said was facts, even though, like I said, I would still vote for Cade Cunningham if I had a vote.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's the focal point of the offense. He's getting the most attention from veteran players across the league. He's going bucket for bucket with Kevin Durant. Like, yeah, his numbers will be down a little bit in terms of like efficiency. He's our only like main go-to guy right now. He's shooting a lot more from the perimeter than other gentlemen too. Outside Jalen Green, who again has open shots because he's not the main focal point of that offense. I'll tell you what it is. The Score is a Canadian outlet, a Canadian like sports outlet. They did a poll on their Twitter, for Rookie of the Year, and they had Cade Cunningham winning.
Yeah,
the Toronto Raptors belong to Canada. If you guys don't know.
Here's the other thing that I did learn yesterday too, and this was something I talked about because DMac and I talked about it when the Pistons played the Nets, and I said the Nets and Kyrie, because Kyrie went dumb last night.
Oh, yeah. Kyrie was stupid.
Yeah, and he's. I know this is blasphemous. He's a very good player.
Oh, he's a dog. One of the best point guards in the
through
league.
all the shenanigans and all the vaccine talk and all
the
that
sage
stuff.
burning and
he's a good player
for sure.
He was immaculate last night. That's the only way I could describe him. He started 10 for 10 from the floor. Nobody does that. That was insane.
Yeah. I mean, he was absolutely incredible last night. That being said, the concerns that I had about the Nets watching that Pistons game are the same concerns that I have about the Nets going when that second unit comes in, which they have to at some point. They get cooked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cooked.
It's tough. It's tough to watch. When Andre Drummond's your best bench player, it's tough to watch.
And Drummond's a good piece for them.
Yeah.
Like somebody in the YouTube chat thread said that they were giving Mobley beef about the way that because of Drummond play. Drummond's a good rebounder in the NBA.
Drummond's, for sure.
Like, I'm sorry, guys, he is. And Evan Mobley was very, very good last night. He was. I know that's blasphemous to say. I'm just saying that he was. And I think that's fair.
If they had Ben Simmons, it would be totally different. Because that moves,
I know.
Patty Mills or Seth Curry to the bench, and you bring that punch in on
He's
the
got to
bench.
play at some point, right?
He has
if
to.
they're going to win, he has to play.
Yes, especially against the Celtics. The Celtics are the hottest team in the league.
Yeah.
They've been tearing it up in the second half. I think that's going to be the best series of the first round is going to be Celtics Nets, and I think it's going to go 7 games. And if Ben Simmons doesn't play, they're probably going to lose.
No, I get it, man, for sure. What about the mystery beer vending machine, man?
Mystery beer vending machine. Yeah, we got a whole lot going on over there while I got Adam behind me. But come on down to the Foaling Warehouse. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. You can host your corporate party, team building event, or just come in with your family, friends, have a good time. There are 2 different ways you can play. There's a $10 unlimited open play. You can stay there the whole time, throw your arm off, open to close, or private lane reservation, $120, up to 10 people for 2 hours. With the mystery beer vending machine, you put in $2, it gives you a random beer. No hassle, no decision need to be made, just good beer. But if you want to choose, you know what you want. They have over 100 beers and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So if you want to bring in any food you want to enjoy with your beer, go right ahead. You can bring in any type of food you want, have a good time. Come on down, check them out in Hamtramck, and get your full on. Or you can go online to thefollingwarehouse.com. Again, that is follingwarehouse.com. This is Spencer from BDE, and we will be right back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rule here. We also got my guy EZ in for DMac. We got Sam Flannel. We got Spencer Raxter here in the building as well. Happy to have you all with us today. And you know, we're just chopping it up, man. That's all we've been doing. Chuck Brewer, Cleveland's missing Allen really badly. No, that is a good point. That is a good point. Cleveland, man, there could be a problem. Like as the Pistons get good too, and you look at what the Bulls are doing, but they have to re-sign Zach LaVine, right, Sam Flannel? They have to.
They do, but I don't know if they will. I could see them actually rebuilding after a couple of years because they were, a 6 seed? Is this the best they can do? Although LaVine, Lonzo Ball's been out, Patrick Williams was out for a lot of the year, and Alex Caruso. I don't know what the Bulls' ceiling is. I think their ceiling is like a 50-win team, second round out of the playoffs.
Yeah. For me, when it comes to like basketball, it's ultimately a big man's game. I don't see the Bulls like doing too much to like get that solid piece. I mean, I know they got
Vooch.
Yeah, I know they got Vooch, but like Vooch, come on, he's not.
I'm such a big Vooch guy.
I'm a Vooch guy too.
I know we're losing the audience right now talking about Nick Vucevic, but you know.
I loved him when he was in Orlando. I love him now.
I do too.
I'm with Sam Flannel though. I can definitely see them rebuilding because DeMar DeRozan can only give you so much more. He's getting up there. And this is his best season. I don't think he's going to play on a level like this again. It'll definitely help if they have Lonzo back for a full season because Lonzo, I think, is the most important part of that roster. The way he defends, the way he started making shots last year and this year. Yeah, he facilitates at a high level. He defends at a high level. And last year and this year, we saw his three-pointer come back. And we saw him being the player everybody thought he was going to be out of UCLA. So I was really impressed with them. I like their makeup, but they're not doing it this year.
Without like an elite like wing or big on the defensive end, I feel like I never really seen a team of guards carry to championship. It's usually those wing guys or big guys that win you the big one.
Yeah, well, NBA is a wing game. You got to have a score on the wing. You have to, and that's been the Pistons' problem for a long time. What I feel is sometimes it's the easiest thing to get in the NBA. Is a wing score. They've had trouble finding one, man.
What about Stanley Johnson?
All right, come on, chill with all that.
3-and-D.
Yeah, Stanley
but
Johnson
he can't make
was
threes.
supposed to be our savior out of Arizona.
No, but let me tell you something that a lot of people don't like. And these owners, man, in sports right now. And I don't know if you guys saw this whole Dan Snyder stuff. He's back in the headlines again for the Washington Commanders. Almost call them the Washington football team. So it's funny how we've we made our way through it. Now I'm going to struggle to call them the Washington Commanders. But they've been accused of withholding visiting NFL teams' ticket revenue. There's an alleged ticketing scheme that was given to a congressional committee that's investigating the team right now. NFL teams are required to pass along 40% of the net ticket revenue to the NFL, which then disperses the funds. And look, I'm not a legal expert. I've never claimed to be a legal expert. But with Dan Snyder, when is the NFL going to say, you know what, Dan, enough? Enough with you Enough with the hostile workplace environment. Enough with you not giving the other teams their ticket money. When is it enough with this guy, man? For real, when is it enough? When does the NFL come in and look, I heard he paid, $800 million for the team, and they're recently evaluated at $2 billion. When do you come in and say, Dan, we'll take it from here. Good day, sir.
I think it's coming, man. I think it's coming. You could do all kinds of crazy stuff in this world, as many people know, bad or against like the rules. But when you start messing with people's money, that's when the chopping block comes down. I think it's coming.
No, absolutely. And I do want to have this discussion because there's more owners in sports that are making some waves. So speaking of making waves, we'll welcome in our guy, Stick, here to our Planet Fitness studio. Stick, what's poppin', man? Orchard Lake St. Mary's, they win a softball game or something?
Actually, the girls' softball team won their first game, so thank you for asking.
Okay.
But Brock Porter threw a no-hitter yesterday against Brother Rice, so that was that was amazing to see. But no, I'm glad I walked in on the Dan Snyder because when we were doing the morning show, we were dealing with Dan Snyder issues then. You're dealing with Dan Snyder issues now.
Right.
And to your point, this guy must have something on Roger Goodell. Yeah. Because not only has Dan Snyder still in the league after what he did with the cheerleaders, remember they couldn't stop sexually harassing cheerleaders, so what was their solution? We'll bring on male cheerleaders. That'll get us to stop sexually harassing them. And then you got to deal with this. But also, don't forget, Dan Snyder is the one who got John Gruden fired because it was through those emails and that investigation that they uncovered what John Gruden was saying and fired his ass before they fired Dan Snyder.
Well, because Dan Snyder was in the it's me or him, so it's going to be him.
And before that, you had the whole name change thing too, with the former name, the other commanders.
Yeah.
No, dude's a wreck. Dan Snyder's a wreck.
Yeah, and then you hear about the new cheerleader allegations that they were forcing those young women to, or the dancers, not the cheerleaders, the dancers to like escort people on trips. And when I say escort, I mean escort people on trips. Like they were turning their employees into call girls. And it's all common knowledge, but Dan Snyder's just kicking it.
When is it enough? I'm not even going to get into all the specifics from a legal perspective. Just when does the NFL go NBA with Donald? Remember that day the NBA said, "All right, Donald Sterling, that's enough. We'll take it from here."
Team. Yes,
we'll take it from here.
They demoted his team, made him so.
Look what it took for that to happen. I mean, it was leaked video or leaked audio that was recorded behind his back that went public without.
You mean the blatant racism?
Yeah. But blatant racism. But he thought he was behind closed doors, but it took like a mole to put that out in the public. Because not like the NBA was doing that investigation. That was somebody else that put him on blast. And then the NBA is like, oh, yeah, we kind of got to address this. So that it's going to need that type of – somebody got to get in, record Dan Snyder doing dumb stuff, and then get it out there. And then maybe the NFL will get off their ass.
But does it even have to be that, though? Does it have to get to that? Like
it should. No.
When do you just look at it and say, enough? This is we can't take this anymore. And look, the NFL has proven if anything in the world is Teflon, it's the NFL.
Yeah.
Anything in the world. Doesn't matter. Videos of guys beating women, car wrecks where people die with drunk drivers. None of it matters. None of it. But I guess I just answered my own question, right?
None of it matters, Neal. It's all about that money. Follow the money, baby.
And that's what I'm saying too. Like he's finally messed up by messing with the money. And that's where he might get his hand chopped off.
But is he, though?
Unless Roger Goodell visited some of those cheerleaders himself. Or something. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, we're not starting rumors here, but it could happen. I'm not denying.
Yeah, I'm talking to Stick here at the Planet Fitness Studios on Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. A lot of people want you to break down the rise ball versus the drop ball in high school softball. In particular, Orchard Lake St. Mary's softball.
Oh, well, I have no idea. I do know, do you remember when they used to go back and forth about Major League Baseball players being able to hit, the Olympic softball pitches? And
the Jenny Finch
struck out. I forget who she struck out, but yeah, that was fun to see. I would love to see them cross-sport like that.
Absolutely. War X Vandal says, "Gotta go. Peace and love you." Hey, have a good day, my friend. Appreciate you sliding in and talking about it. But see, the thing for me about this, though, guys, is again, he bought the team for $800-ish million.
That's it.
It's evaluated over $2 billion now. That's what. It's very easy to say, Dan, good day, sir. Oh, by the way, here's $1.2 billion in profit. Just run along. Are they good? again, I think I answered my own question. They're never going to do this, are they? They're not.
Because and if you're Dan Snyder, great. I have $1.2 million, but where's my power and autonomy? That money's great, but you want that.
Where am I going to be the owner?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I think we've seen Jeff Bezos come in soon. He'll be the new NFL owner. He's going to buy the Washington, almost their old name, the Washington Commanders. I think what you mess with the money is when you get your hand cut. That's it's going to happen.
Clompsaw says he's the Epstein of the owners. He has that honey pot and all the dirty dirt.
Yeah, I tell you, Roger Goodell's dudes.
Yeah, I usually
like Verlander.
I usually laugh at that kind of stuff.
It's tough to laugh at any Epstein jokes now, right?
But it's got to be, there's got to be a level of, I just don't understand. How do you continue to take it, man?
I stopped taking it seriously, like I said, when they went from, hey, we need to stop molesting cheerleaders. Okay, the solution, male cheerleaders. It's like, Jesus, guys. No, the solution is stop molesting cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Like, it's that simple. But no, let's bring some dudes in. I won't touch them. Like, ugh.
Robert Colosia on our YouTube chat thread says, my dad and I once scalped tickets under the basket for a Clippers game from a guy that was dating Sterling's daughter. LOL. They were unreal seats.
Nice. Good for you. At least you had some benefit out of Donald Sterling.
Yeah, but that's what it is. And there's another owner that's in the news too. And I think this story will even hit a little bit closer to home. But let me tell you about the sports marketing agency. They've been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for a decade against the issues around mental health and substance use disorder. With the help of NFL alumni, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and take a stand against these issues. Go to woodwardsports.com. Check out the Sports Marketing Agency podcast. It's called This is the F Word. It's a series on fentanyl. If you're struggling with substance abuse or mental health, they are here to help. Go to thesportsma.com. Again, that's thesportsma.com. It's a sports marketing agency.
At Wingsnob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wingsnob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wingsnob. We just have better wings.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rule, we got EZ here in the house in for DMac today. DMac will be back tomorrow. We got Sam Flannel, we got Spencer Raxer. You know who the usual folks are here. And we're talking ownership right now, and certainly Dan Snyder is always going to be at the forefront because he's always at the forefront because there's always some crazy-ish happening with the Washington Commanders / football team / wherever / their coach. And, it's just... And people are bringing up Marge Schott from the Cincinnati Reds and certainly Donald Sterling with the Clippers. That's my question is when does the NFL just step in and say, hey, Dan, enough. I think you've run your course. I think the Washington Commanders, I think it's a good time to put the Commanders up for sale. I think it's a good time for that. And maybe that time will never come. And I don't know. I don't know. But there's more ownership news as well. And this one may even hit a little closer to home for you guys, where the Reds president, Phil Castellini, was doing a radio interview in Cincinnati. And Reds fans, I have a good buddy of mine that's a Reds fan, and they slashed their payroll. They let Nick Castellanos walk. They've traded away all their talent.
Tucker Bernhardt, now Detroit Tiger.
The Tigers were ones that profited, I guess, from the Reds' quote-unquote fire sale. And they did it all in the name of, quote, aligning our payroll with our resources, end quote. And their president and COO defended that stance by shedding payroll during the offseason, suggesting the fans that relocating the team would be more financially beneficial. And his quote to the fans were, "Where are you going to go?" That was his quote. Where are you going to go?
I mean, look at that guy. He looks like a mobster, dude. I love it. I mean, I don't love what he said, but just him being in the middle of it is so funny to me because that picture, those were all the pictures, too. I was looking for a good picture of him, and they were all, puffed out, gold chain under the unbuttoned shirt with the glasses on, hair slicked back. I was like, this is a guy I can get behind. It was beautiful.
A Crazy Clown says Jerry Jones may be just as bad, maybe even worse. And I wouldn't say that because he tries. I think if you could write a check and win a Super Bowl, I think he would write the biggest check.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that he would. But this guy and Reds ownership with what they've done, especially to come out and say you've quit and then to double down and say, where are you guys going to go? Bro.
Yeah. Josh Lord. Ultimate Josh move.
That's literally like, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to play ball, man? Huh? And I mean, he's still making money, too. That's the worst part, is that they're making so much money because if you own a professional sports team, you have a license to print money. And it's just ridiculous that they can put out that kind of garbage lineup, not care about what their fans see, openly tell reporters they don't care. What are you going to do about it? And still make the kind of money they're making is disgusting.
Pistons Talk says James Dolan has to be the worst. So certainly there'll be votes for him. We wrapped up our YouTube chat poll. Is it okay the Red Wings have been this bad over the course of the last 2 months? 65% of you said no. So that does make me feel a little bit better about it. And, Chuck Brewer says you could kill two birds with one stone with this whole Washington Commanders thing. The league needs a minority ownership group. So, yeah, I mean, certainly you could, that could be a situation where that happens. Gromit says, let's just force out all the owners we don't like. Wait, who would be the owners then? And Gromit, look, I'm not saying you have to be likable or anything like that. I'm just saying try to be likable. Don't be like the Reds, front office and say, where are you going to go? And say, we got to get the payroll more in line with our resources. And my buddy, who grew up as a kid being a Reds fan, he was from West Virginia, right around the Ohio border right there.
Yeah,
has been a Reds fan his whole life, and he said, Neal, he said I was teetering on the brink when he said I need the payroll to be in line with the resources. He said I teetered on the brink with that, and he said with this one, who is this guy to say to me where are you going to go?
Yeah. That's the wild part. Like anyone who's like continuing to support this organization and franchise, like after those statements, dumb, just stupid. And I don't care if it offends you. You should be offended because how are you supporting that? How are you giving that man your money that you go to work for? I'm sure 5 to 7 days a week to make, and you're gonna pay that guy your money to give you a crap team on top of it?
I mean,
come on now. That's worse than Jared Goff fans.
To be fair, they are living in Ohio. So.
There is that part of it.
They're right across the river from Kentucky. I've always thought that Cincinnati is not. Cincinnati's separate from Ohio in my mind.
So they're close to Sawyer there in Cincinnati.
Absolutely. It's right across. Like if you want the good bourbon, you can just go across the river and get it and bring it back home. I've always thought that Cincinnati, kind of like some people say Toledo's not really Ohio.
Yeah.
Although it is.
It is.
Because they have good roads.
For sure.
But Cincinnati's the same way to me. I always thought of Cincinnati as more part of Kentucky than Ohio. No, Kentucky's no prize. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But could you guys support a team? I guess that's a YouTube chat poll, and I think we know which one this one's going to go.
Yeah.
Could you support a team where the owner says, quote, where else you going to go? How would you guys take that here? I guess would be if Chris Ilitch looked you in the eye if he was on the Tigers game.
That would hurt.
And said, where else you going to go?
How are the Reds historically? Are they
They're a great franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sucks. That hurts. Because Chris Ilitch just had that along too. They're the Red Wings. I mean, all of Olympia Entertainment. That would suck because you throw away a lot of tradition along with it if they did say that kind of stuff.
Did you hear about the Tom Brady owner stuff?
No, what are you talking about?
Tom Brady, there was a report saying that originally before the whole Brian Flores stuff went down, Tom Brady was going to go be a part owner and player of the Dolphins.
I did hear that.
They were setting that up for that to happen, to where Tom Brady was going to pull a Jackie Moon. But because of the Brian Flores situation, he went with Plan B, and he's back in Tampa now. So how wild would that have been? Player, owner, coach, Jackie Moon. Like,
Yes,
I'd
that's
love
the
to
part.
see that.
Yeah, the Jackie Moon part. That's what I'm laughing at. But I mean, that'd been sweet for him. But this thing with the Reds, like, I think you have to just find a new team, man. There's no way as a man, like your pride. How do you literally pay him after that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you literally give him your money.
Yeah, willingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no. That's crazy.
How do you go to the game?
I don't. I would not. There's plenty of other baseball
For
teams
real?
to watch. Yeah, no, I'm super straight on that.
Well, but
That's even a better. That's even a better way of putting it, I think.
Would you still go?
Would you still go to a
Chris
game?
Ayler said that?
Would you
Yeah,
still
that's a
go
good
to a
one.
game if your owner said, "Where else you gonna go?"
For the free? If I got tickets for the free, maybe. I'm not gonna lie.
But you're gonna have a beer. Like, you're gonna do. You're not just gonna go and sit there in the chair
That's
and
true.
then leave.
That's a good point.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna go.
Would you?
Yeah, I like baseball, man. I like being outside in the summer.
Dirty dog, you.
I would, for real.
I'm a man of the people, Neil. That guy's not getting my money. I'll watch.
You just said you'd go if you got tickets for free.
Yeah, but
you
you,
would.
but
Easy,
then
don't
you
lie.
talked about the beer and stuff like
Be
that.
real.
I'm
Be
good.
real.
What? Hey,
So you would just flat out boycott and would never go again.
Hey, I'd start wearing a Stream Me shirt. That's what put to you that way.
See, now this changes
how I
my
consume my
this changes
baseball.
my answer, and Spencer just put it up. Would you still go to a game if the owner says, "Where else you gonna go?" Like the Reds leadership said to their fans? And I'm gonna be honest. I probably would.
I probably would too.
You filthy.
Would you go,
dirty
Sam
animals.
Flannel?
Of course I would, because I just love baseball, and I know that makes me simple. I know EZ, you're gonna call me like whatever
I'm
kind
gonna
of
buy you a
name.
Jared Goff jersey.
I'm not a Jared Goff fan, but I just love baseball so much. And like, if you have a team that you've rooted for so long, especially older fans who remember when the Reds were good, you're not just gonna leave the team there.
And that plays back into what I was talking about earlier with my youngest son, where he asked me about that. Like, Dad, why do you root for the Lions when they always lose all the time? And I didn't have an answer for him. And I did end up telling him, I'll say, look, man, like, I'm this far in. It's not, what am I going to do? For real. And then there was that faction. A very good friend of mine was in that Cleveland Browns faction when they drafted Bake. You remember that?
Yeah.
When some of the Lions fans defected to the Browns?
That's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Imagine going from one of the worst franchises in the history of the NFL to the worst
Well,
franchise.
it's happening the other way now too, because the Deshaun Watson signing or trade. Now Cleveland Browns fans are jumping on boards for the Lions.
What about this from C.J. Schneider? This is very compelling. Sheila Ford is not an awful person like Dan Snyder.
Fair.
That's true.
That we know of.
That's yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, these days, man,
anything's possible.
I don't know everything about you.
Yeah, that's
you know,
fair.
you don't know everything about me.
That's
like
fair.
that is true. That's an interesting point there, CJ. But that's what I told my son. I said, I'm too far in, man. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
At this point, what am I gonna go be a Browns fan? No. I guess if I had to defect, I'd probably become a Colts fan, I guess.
That's a pretty neutral, team that's kind of close. Indianapolis is a great city. That's not a bad second option if you have to defect.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't be the Bears. I hate the Bears.
Sawyer's somewhere smiling.
Yeah.
Colts fans loving Kentucky. He's just
I hate the Bears, man.
Yeah.
I hate the Bears more than any other team.
I couldn't be the Browns. Like, their color scheme's awful. There's not a logo or anything. There's nothing cool about them.
That's pretty stupid. It's like pretty.
I mean, I guess if you went off payroll and everything like that, I could be a good time to jump on board with the Bengals. But I feel like that's too. I couldn't be the Bengals now because they went to the Super Bowl.
I'd probably turn more into like those guys, like where I'm a fan of like a player versus like a team. If that were to happen, I did have a little bit of a breakup with the Lions, like not like a serious one, but like I used to have season tickets. And the whole Sue thing went down. They wanted us to re-up our payment before like we re-signed them, and then even with the Matt Patricia thing, like it was like I think week 4 or something like that, where he just didn't take ownership, and I was like, how? That's like a leader of anything. That's something you need to have is accountability and ownership. And when Matt Patricia like made an excuse or said like it wasn't his fault or he was handed a bad team, I think is a quote he said.
Yeah.
He's like, look what I walked into, like. Bro, you were getting a playoff team. Like, what are you saying right now? Like, I want to smack the taste out of your mouth. Like, that was, I kind of like distanced myself a little bit because I used to know, dude, I was a diehard. I knew the practice squad guys. I was a nerd, man. I was so like gun ho for like Detroit Lions, and then like after like bad decision after bad decision, I was like,
You tapped out?
Yeah, because to the point where like you go to like the team websites, there's more information available. You go to like the team YouTube channels, like even like the thumbnails, I'm not trying to I love the Detroit Lions, but they're kind of poorly ran. I'm hoping things change. Like if you go to the 49ers YouTube channel right now, if you want to select the interviews from the players and stuff like that, they'll have like that player in the thumbnail and they'll tell you who it is. On the Lions YouTube channel, it's just like interview, media session, like I don't know, man, just stuff like that. Like to the fine details is like, okay, like this is the difference between a good organization and a bad one.
Easy's trying to apply for a job right now
Yeah, I
as
know,
the
low
Lions
key.
YouTube moderator.
Yeah,
Hey,
trying to
hold on, real
slide
quick.
in.
I got my resume. Yeah, I'm joking. But no, I had to break up with the Lions for a little bit, or just be real with myself. It's like
That's fair.
Damn, these guys suck. I probably should stop investing so much time and money into them. So I think I could do it for the Reds. If
People
they
are
definitely
asking,
came out and
do
did
you
it.
guys hate the Bears more than you hate the Packers?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Okay.
No, just because of the damage that's been inflicted by the through that middle 2010s run, the lost division championships, and Stafford couldn't beat them.
Yeah, at least we could beat Jay Cutler. You
Right.
know, that was always fun.
Well, so for me, that's like for the Packers, like they're a good organization. Like since before Aaron Rodgers, like when we lose to them, it's like okay, they're pretty freaking good. When we lose to the Bears, it's like God damn it, they're the Bears. And then the Calvin Johnson catch sealed the deal for me. The no catch, the Calvin
no
Johnson
catch,
rule. When that was birthed against the Bears
No,
in
it's
the fourth quarter
Packers.
comeback in Chicago.
It's Packers,
I
no
hate the
doubt.
Bears.
It's Packers
F them,
too,
dude.
because all the Youpers that are like, "Oh, we're Packers, we're cheeseheads," and
That ish bothers me
that
too,
bothers
man,
me.
badly.
It's you live in Michigan. You're
Yeah.
not a cheesehead. Like, calm down.
It's like the Grand Rapids people that like the Bears.
yeah. Like, what are you?
dude.
Like, ugh.
I remember we went to
hate the Bears.
to Saugatuck for like a vacation one weekend. And like one of the bars had Bears games live here. I was like, get out of here.
How many
Like I know
people
a
are
lot
you
of people from
attracting?
Chicago, that's up north to them. I get that, but stop with that. What do you got, Sam Flannel?
Unfortunately, we are a couple minutes past for break, and today I, Flannel Sam, am going to tell you about Lady Jane's haircuts for men. You see this head of hair right there? I got it cut a couple weeks ago at Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, and their wonderful stylist did a great job. And how would you like to win $100,000? Yes, you heard that right. $100,000. Just get to Lady Jane's today, get a precision haircut, and register for your chance to get 6 figures richer. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and let one of their talented stylists treat you like a king, like I did the other day. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair is game ready. Get to a Lady Jane's and register to win $100,000. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wingsnob has the best traditional wings. Try our signature sauce's Jamaican jerk lemon pepper. Wings are tossed to perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a real snob. Order online now at wingsnob.com. Wingsnob, we just have better wings. That was it. That was the read.
Did I grow up in France? See, everybody
two
talked this up.
furnaces.
Everybody talked this up like it was going to be great, and you know what, dude? That sucked.
From your
That
seat.
sucked.
You just used the word statisticious or something earlier, dude. Look at you.
That was grim, at best.
I don't know, man. I think the people like it, man. I just,
No,
it is
no,
what
they
it is.
didn't like that. Let's wrap up this YouTube chat poll. Would you still go to a game if the owner says, where else you going to go? 79% of you said no. I was one of the 21% that said, yeah, I'm still going to go. I was honest. Some of you, I guess, are not being truthful. I think a lot of you would go. I think more than half of you would still go to games. You would. I think you would.
Oh,
what's the poll say?
Sure.
The poll says 79% of people say no.
They're liars.
But 75% of the people in this room say yes. And EZ's the one that doesn't, and he's lying.
I'm not lying. Dude, the viewer experience is better at home. I
don't
get
disagree
better
with
angles.
that. Yeah.
I don't have to drive. I don't get a Dewey. I don't get that DUI. And, my girl's there, too, at the end of the game. It's hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Nobody wants to picture that, man.
No. All right, so, yeah, we can wrap that one up.
Hormone-free. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Was EZ's impression of me good? Yes or no?
I don't think it was an impression of you, per se.
No, that's what I was told. I was told.
It was a snob voice.
I was told that the Neal snob voice was an impression, and I thought that was trash.
Yeah, that was bad, Neal. It was a bad Neal for sure.
All right, let's hear your Neal. Big guy.
Give me a second. I gotta think about it. I was told that the Lions were going to take the draft capital pick, and then here we go. Well, see you later.
That was better than that trash that EZ tried to put out there.
That was better than that trash that EZ put out over there.
No, that was even worse.
Yeah. Stop, bro. Please stop, bro. Please stop.
Hey, my voice is gone from partying on opening day.
Patty Grimes says, I went to a Red Spring training game. They're so cheap they didn't give out the used baseball at the end of the game. They probably did keep that. Gromit says, you already support teams that tell you where you're going to go. You support the Lions, right? Daniel Gray says, every border town in Ohio likes to think that they aren't in Ohio. Mike says, isn't that what the Fords have done to you guys for the last 50 years? And Patty Grimes said, we went to 4 other spring training games, and the teams all gave away the used baseballs at the end of the game. AC, Stan Kroenke's a bad owner. Ask Arsenal fans. That's on Arsenal fans. And I know I'm running the risk of losing audience right here. Anybody that is an Arsenal fan, then you're the problem. That's got nothing to do with Arsenal, nothing to do with Stan Kroenke. You are the problem. You fell for that. You knew what was going on with that when you got involved, and you're still there. So that I blame no one else but you. That's your problem. Fix your problem. How about that?
Neal, you see what's on the TV right there? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. So
what the?
Let's do that. Let's do that right now.
Okay.
Because I do have a good YouTube chat poll, and look. Guys, humor me for a minute here, all right? Because we are going to do the draft talk. It's in our contract. I have to talk draft all the way up. And look, we're doing it every single day up until the draft. And it's going to be a long time till we land this plane, but we're circling the runway right now. Think about it, a flight to Vegas. We're here, where it's going to take a long time to land this plane, and that's where we are. Mel Kiper, and I know I'll hard stop it there to let a lot of you tap out. Mel Kiper, in his mock draft, 2-round mock draft that he did, you can find it on ESPN+. He said that Sauce Gardner's the pick for 2 at the Lions at the cornerback spot.
Jeez,
okay.
Pete's.
So and you know me, dude. Like I like Wyatt Bayard. Neal, you're 100% right about Arsenal. Exactly. So here's the chat poll, and there's the one that I was thinking about earlier.
Okay.
And I forgot. So here and now, look, this has been very polarizing. I understand that. Death is not an option. Sauce Gardner, Malik Willis, go.
Ooh.
Who do you guys want?
Malik Willis.
Who do you guys want? Now, I was told by a lot of you here that listen to this show, no quarterback under any circumstance. Malik Willis is a bust. All of it. Sauce Gardner, Malik Willis. Hey, I think I should come full circle. Sauce Gardner's a local product, right?
You love yourself some Cincinnati, too.
I do like Cincinnati. And it was well known in the college football circle, Sam Flannel. You probably heard this story. Alabama, in their game plan against Cincinnati, said, we don't want to deal with this guy.
I mean, he was a shutdown corner at Cincinnati, and he did a great job against Alabama. I mean, he wasn't the reason they lost. They just didn't throw to him.
Right. And that's Alabama.
That's Alabama, the best college program in the nation. Of all time, probably.
Right. So there it is on a YouTube chat thread, on our YouTube chat poll right now. Right here, right now. Do you want Sauce Gardner or Malik Willis? Death is not an option. Those are your only two choices because, again, according to Mel Kiper, he's got him taking Sauce Gardner, and he was just on the TV screens here in the studio making the case for it. And that's where it is, and I want to know. Toon says, I would take Sauce over Willis all day. 9 drinks, Willis. Honolulu Blues Party, shut that poll down fast. Gromit says hard pass. Mike G, I'll take Malik. Lots of talk about Tottenham for some reason. You guys, real quick, you Tottenham fans are just as bad. When you going to sell Harry Kane? You got to sell Harry Kane in order to move on. That's what set Liverpool free. When they sold Coutinho, Virgil van Dijk's, Alisson, all the parts they bought with the money. I've been telling Spurs fans this for 5 years, but you guys get all mad. Enjoy 4th place. That's cool for you.
Harry Kane.
I want to know. I want to know, though. In the NFL draft discussion, Mel Kiper's talking about it. He has him taking Sauce Gardner right now. And
laughable.
And Joseph Austin says dumb poll. It's not a dumb poll. He's the pick, right? Like people say that Malik Willis is the pick at 6 for Carolina.
That's what they're saying.
And if he's in play at 6,
he's in play at 2.
He's in play at 2.
Yeah.
He is,
and that's
guys.
what we've talked about. And we had Scott on a couple days ago, and Scott was talking about how you can't wait for those kinds of guys. And who knows if you're going to be in that position next year to get a quarterback when you really need it. So if we've seen all this talk about Dan Campbell not believing in positional value, they want a day one starter from this pick. But then again, they're sending 6 guys to view Thibodeau. They had Malik Willis for 2 weeks and loved everything about him. Brad Holmes loves Malik Willis. Now they want Sauce Gardner. Now they want Trayvon Walker. We really don't know what's going to happen. So if I'd be mad. So I'm kind of scarred from Okuda, not going to lie, is the main reason I don't want Sauce Gardner. But I'm taking Malik Willis over him any day, even if we didn't ever draft Okuda.
What about this? Here, Easy.
What's up?
2-Track Jack says Sauce looked better against real competition that will be in the NFL, i.e. the Alabama game.
You don't, I mean, just, dog, nah. Like, not that too. Like, there's just, like, you could definitely trade back if that's the case. If we're getting a second rounder to trade back, like, I'm doing it. I can't.
No, that's not in.
Yeah.
It's 2 options.
Oh, it's Willis. It's a Willis, 100%. Nothing's going to change your franchise around like a rookie quarterback. Like quarterback on a rookie contract, whether he's coming in 2nd round or the number 2 pick, nothing's going to change.
And where have I heard that
change
before?
the tide for your quarterback or for your franchise like a quarterback. It affects you in free agency. It affects you in trades. Like it opens up so many more doors for you, especially when you have a quarterback like Jared Goff, who's average at best, and you're paying him $30 million. You're clearing the table of $20 million in itself. Whether you address that in free agency or in a trade like that, football's a team sport. As great as Aaron Rodgers is, as great as Patrick Mahomes is, it's a team sport. They need a team around them, right? Like clear that $20 million and build a team. I'm okay with having a decent quarterback, a decent quarterback starting for me going into the season or the playoffs, as long as I have the rest of that team bulked out. It is what it is.
Sue Yu says, I'm sorry, the Lions only take corners and tight ends with high draft picks.
Yeah. And I'll say this too to Sauce Gardner. The tape on him is a lot better than Okuda, if you ask me. Like when I saw Okuda, I was never like, oh my God, that's the guy. He's the guy. Like, no, I've never felt that way. Never thought that way watching him. You want to dig deep to my Twitter history or Facebook or whatever. Like I never thought Okuda was that guy.
Not that guy, pal.
He's not that guy, pal.
Neal Rule here for Cintron. It's an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. It's the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, Detroit City FC, and proud partners with the Pistons, and it's sold at Little Caesars Arena. If you want premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and, of course, great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Buy online at CintronWorld.com. Use the promo code RedWings10. That'll save you 10% with shipping included. Drink it. Live it with Cintron.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers, wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
Sticker Genius. It's the official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. Website, stickergenius.com. Make this personal and talk about our new Planet Fitness Studio and how I wasn't supposed to read that part. Why is there a line to stop me from reading that part? Why? Guys, get Sticker Genius. Look at the studio when we pan out to the full thing. Dude, it's awesome. If personally, I'd probably get one full of just pictures of myself. And Denarius Stormborn. That's how I'd fill
and
my
Sauce
room
Gardner.
No, not Sauce Gardner. Not Sauce Gardner. That's how I'm going to do my room. And how I'm going to do it? I'm going to do it by visiting stickergenius.com.
I'm dead.
Why is there like the guy from Spider-Man?
What?
I need pictures of Spider-Man right away.
Wait, what did you say?
You started it off like the guy from Spider-Man.
Dude, I was trying to do Neal, actually. My voice is gone.
No, you didn't. That was even worse.
That was even worse.
You sounded like a guy selling war bonds in 1941. Uncle Sam needs you to buy war bonds.
I'm trying to do Neal Rule. That was my new rule.
You needed a little hat with a thing that says press on top.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say a 1930s newspaper guy. Yeah, what's the scoop, huh? I'm going to bring it down for the hot lead here, see?
Something to you, kid, you say?
Yeah.
And Ty Cobb had a single the other way, and the Detroiters got the win in Game 2 of the 1919 World Series.
The Detroit Stars.
Yeah. Here's Easy.
Here's Easy.
For
Here's
war
Easy
bonds.
reporting for Woodward Sports. Give him the stick, fella.
Help your country fight the Germans. Buy war bonds.
Woodward Sports, you say? Woodward Sports.
Good Lord, man. Mike G, Easy. Please listen to Neil Cintron read. We'll get with you, man. We'll get with you. We'll figure it out.
It says Easy needs to move to Hollywood and do cartoon voiceovers. That would be a dream job, honestly. That'd be pretty fun.
Not have to do anything.
Jack Harrington, Easy, just stop. Adam Morenzi, Easy sounded more like an auctioneer than anything else. Give me your comments on Easy's Easy. Take it through. We need 4 more minutes of content. You guys.
We're here live at the DCFC game. I'm your broadcast partner, Neal Rule, joined by the real Neal Rule. That's kind of
that was bad too, man.
You're struggling, bro.
Hey,
real talk.
My voice is gone. This is on a whim here.
Detroit Dabber 313. Your impressions are regressing, Easy.
Wow. Easy to say from your seat, Detroit Dab, all right? Real easy. Real easy.
Mike G says, Easy sounded he was calling the play-by-play of Seabiscuit against War Admiral. Yeah.
And down the street, here we go. Seabiscuit coming through the whole
Welcome to the 1919 Kentucky Derby.
All right.
Tammy Chin, everyone have a great day. Great show, everyone. If you haven't given a like yet, you have a few more minutes to smash that like button. Hey, Tammy, we agree with you on that. Jack Harrington at Vinny Buono. Easy got into DMac stash. LOL. Chuck Brewer, really, really weak. Rack, Flannel, time to cut off Easy's mic. You're catching some slander in the streets, bro. Hey, but that's all right. You'll come back better tomorrow.
I'm here for it.
I know you are.
I'm here for it.
I know you are. Hey, that's Louis M. I don't know. I felt like Neil was talking to himself right there. Oh, Gromit. Neil crushing dreams like a pro. And yeah, Easy, of course, did sound like he was from the 1940s. Let's update the YouTube chat poll. And just to give you guys a background on it, ESPN Plus just came out with their annual. You guys know what it is, man. You guys know.
Yeah.
The hair.
Uh-huh.
It's just something about the hair that's polarizing, isn't it? Mel Kiper came out with his 2-round mock draft, and he said the Lions are taking Sauce Gardner. And to be fair, this isn't the first I'm hearing of this.
No.
And I understand, Spencer, that it's got to work the cycles, right? And everyone's got to take their turns, and it's got to go from, the obvious Aiden to Kayvon to Malik Willis. Now we're on to Sauce Gardner. It'll go to an offensive lineman, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I get
Kyle
that.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
I have seen that Aiden Hutchinson is actually the betting favorite for the Lions at 2. So I don't know if that's the Jags leaking that they like Trayvon Walker more, or that they're going to get one of those offensive linemen. But if it's between Hutchinson and Thibodeau, what role do you walk down there, Neal? Who you taking, Hutch or Tibbs?
For me, I'm going ceiling, and I've talked about this before. I'm going Thibodeau because of ceiling.
Yes, I agree.
If you look, I'm not going to kill you if you want a more. If your basis is it's more surefire. I want to make sure I get a decent football player. You want you want Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
If the crypto stuff scares you and all that other stuff scares you, if all that stuff scares you, I get it and I understand it. But between the white lines, man, I think there's a higher ceiling with Thibodeau. I do.
I'm there. What about you, EZ?
If that stuff scares you, you probably talk like this.
Yeah. Then the Germans probably scare you too, and you should buy war bonds to help Uncle Sam defend your nation.
Nah, I'm the same thing. I'm probably going your route with the ceiling with Tibbs. I like Aiden, and I love that he's from Michigan, born in Michigan, went to Michigan, kicked ass at Michigan. But for me, I just think Chris Long, man. Like when I see Aiden, hopefully he's better. I mean, if he's not on my team, I don't hope that. I don't care, but I just think Tibbs got a higher ceiling. His burst off the ball, his bend, his speed. It's just all the stuff you can't teach.
Yeah. And again, you guys know where I am. I'm not calling for it, but I'm more Team Malik Willis than most of you out there.
Wyatt Breyer said it scares the jeepers out of me.
Scares the jeepers out of me.
Oh, boy. 1 o'clock's finally here, everybody. Thank God. All right. For EZ, for Spencer, for Sam Flannel, my name is Neal Rule. Appreciate y'all tapping in to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Big D Energy.
See you later. Bye.